greatest in African sport brings you the greatest moments.
SafeMusicList.com, royalty-free music for marketing and promotional videos.
Hello and welcome. This is Extra Time, where we take 15 minutes to discuss how the media contextualizes race and social justice issues within sports. I'm your host, Abdul El Mujahid. Cut. In today's news this past week, Manchester United soccer star Marcus Rashford was demonized on the Daily Mail for buying $2 million worth of luxury homes in Manchester United. Here are the headlines.
Now, I want y'all to really read that post. Let's break it down. Quote-unquote campaigning football star. They are referring to the 23-year-old's campaign to feed underprivileged kids in his community in Manchester, England. Yet, when they talk about another football star, known as Phil Foden, by the way, football is what they call it in England, Phil Foden, a white soccer player in the same league who did the same thing, gets a different headline. Let's look at that. Manchester City starlet Phil Foden buys new £2 million home for his mom. These headlines are completely different and posted by the same news outlet. Notice how they use words like starlet to describe his status as an athlete, then say nice things about him by saying things like he's trying to keep the family quote-unquote close-knit. This is absolutely disgraceful by the Daily Mail if you ask me. By all means, I'm happy for Phil and the things he's doing for his family. I really am. But why is the narrative on Rashford's depiction as him being a big money spender, and when they use a picture of him that looks like he just lost millions at the casino, it would seem to me that certain people have a problem with young, successful black athletes spending their money, while also trying to give back to the community at the same time. Rashford also bought those houses as an investment not only for his family, but also as an entrepreneurial investment as well. Notice how Rashford on the left looks like he's going through it, like he just lost his contract or something, while Phil on the right looks like he just got done scoring a goal against Arsenal in the 60th minute. The depictions of these two athletes is completely different for both having done the same thing, buying a house for their families. Also, not many people know this, but Rashford's campaign to end hunger in the UK is an ongoing one that has caught the attention of the British government.
Welcome back. To shed light on Rashford's campaign, the BBC News posted an article about his goal to end child hunger within the UK. Rashford points out that most of these kids in inner city schools don't have enough money for food, and their parents are either busy at work or don't have the time to come home and cook for their kids. Thanks to his efforts, the government is to spend more than $400 million to support poor children and their families in England.
Nigga life and if he starting with me, my nigga still going hard in these streets. 666 nigga, the mark of the beast. I unlock my potential, I'm feeling the least. Sheesh. I put that bitch on the leash. Hit them all today, deceased. Lord have mercy on all my enemies. No one may get it though by any means. No, I won't fall, I ain't copping no please. Put my dick out and she drop on the knees. Pop with B, he going dumb on the beat. I do not know who they want me to be. All of my chains and I'm feeling so free. I try to tell them I've been an OG. Tell me what they really know about me. I don't think they really know anything. No, you done fucked up, you woke up the beast. Everywhere I go, we 4-7 deep. We gon' run down and they forced to retreat. Every last one of my niggas gon' eat. Tryna fuck, make a lock her knees. Can't hear you talk, I speak Guapanese. Rapping no work, I'm a cop a key. Smoke out the V, tryna dodge police. Nigga been stuck in his ways. Bill Bella, check how I'm calling up.
But don't take my word for it. Here's Rashford with us now. Marcus Rashford, having seen the article that Daily News wrote about you, how do you feel on the topic of racism in football? and in the community that it surrounds?
I think, like you say, it's obviously disappointing. It seems to me like things have been going backwards rather than forwards, and you know it's tough. But like you've been seeing all around the world, people have been standing together, and I think in this moment that's all we can do. You know, and we have to rely on the campaigns and stuff like that to sort of deal with the situation, because you know our voice only has so much power. Obviously, social media is a big problem because of.
And there you have it, folks. Marcus Rashford. Thank you for your time. Coming back home to America, I'm on the line with Portland Trailblazers point guard CJ McCollum. CJ, do you believe that the media frames the image of African Americans to tell a different story?
When you have an intelligent black man who speaks a certain way, they say, oh, he's such a nice guy. He speaks so well. And I think it's disrespectful to say that I speak well, because it's assuming that since I'm a black kid, I'm not supposed to speak properly. And I think that growing up, for me to carry myself a certain way and to be held to that light to where if it's a white athlete comes in, it's just that, oh, he's mature, he's educated. When it's an African-American athlete, it's, oh, he's...
Now, CJ, what comparisons can you make that fit or describe this narrative?
I think the other comparisons you could make between how African-American athletes are treated in white. When Odell Beckham explodes on the sideline, it's a problem. When another player does it like Tom Brady, he's passionate. He cares about his teammates, he loves the game. He can curse out his coach, and another guy doesn't, and it's not viewed the same way. That's a problem in society.
He was going to say society, however, we had a technical issue come up. But with that being said, thank you, CJ, so much for being on Extra Time.
Now I'm going to read a short little excerpt of an article that relates to the matter at hand. This was written by John Carvalho, and it is titled, Sports Media is Still Racist Against Black Athletes. The overwhelmingly white sports media consistently uses terms that enhance the image of white athletes while dismissing black athletes as being over-reliant on their natural gifts. White athletes are smart, hard-working team players. Black athletes are freaks and beasts who get by on their natural gifts as opposed to their work ethic, which perpetuates the broader stereotype of black people as lazy. I've brought along hometown hero Ezekiel Elliott to share his thoughts and perspectives on this article and to shed light on racism in the NFL. Zeke, how upsetting is it for the black community and black athletes that this is still an ongoing issue?
Yeah, the media is racist, flat out. They twist headlines a lot.
No doubt, no doubt. It would seem that the media is criming after you. Why do you think you are a victim of the media, or do you consider yourself to be victimized by them? Zeke?
Let me see. Because I'm black and successful, I'm an easy target, especially with my platform. And it's not just